So first of all, there's a handball game on PlayStation, like an actual like handball, like as if
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, yeah,
FIFA or whatever, Handball
yeah.
21. I was
I've
like
seen it
scrolling
just
through,
lurking.
and I was like, what the hell? And the animations look so weird. But I guess because like that's probably not motion capture or anything, whereas FIFA like, that's all motion capture in it, so like they're all
Yeah.
smooth animations and shit. Whereas
Whereas
this was
handball,
like,
oof.
uh, ooh. And then like I had a dream about it, about handball. I don't know if it was the game or whatever, but it just fully reminded me. I can't remember what happened fully in the dream, right?
Mm.
But it was we were driving. There was some other people. I think there was like a drunk driver or something. I don't know. Or there was like an accident, and then this like 9-year-old boy ended up going to jail, right? But then
Okay.
you ended up going
Me.
to jail as well for saying something. I don't know what you said, but I like we like followed. We went into the jail was like there was you and some other person as well who were in there. And we were like, oh, why were we in here? Like, what's the point of this? But then like the game that they would let you play in prison was the handball on the PlayStation. And because
Okay.
it's like, because like they say, yeah, it's like torture because if you want to play FIFA or something, then you know
Yeah. Like
you could
it's not
you could play
not it.
that. But yeah, that was just my weird dream about handball, the game, and yeah, how it's actually a thing. Which I didn't know there was like a big market for that. And when I saw it, they had the PSG kits on. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing PSG is
Yeah.
just like a
Yeah.
massive brand.
Yeah. I've had that thought like a few years back because like I know Barcelona and Real Madrid have got like basketball teams as well.
Yeah, yeah,
So then I'm like how deep does this go? You know,
yeah.
really
I
makes you think.
enough about sports. Let's make some sport movies.
The two damn cousins out, they're watching movies. Hi there, welcome back to another episode of Reinventing the Real, the only podcast you need in your ears on a Saturday morning, or whenever you choose to listen to it. Let's be real. I'm Curtis.
I'm Cameron.
How have you been? What's new
Yeah.
with you?
Uh, what's happened this past week? What can I disclose on the podcast without getting my lawyers involved?
Mm.
Uh, I can't think. It's like when it's been like a busy week because it has been like last week I was doing loads, and then like I still had been doing loads this week, but then I felt kind of like meh on Sunday night.
Mm.
Like I just felt a little bit ill, like I had a sore throat and stuff. I'm fine now. Like don't worry, it's not that big scary virus that everybody's talking about. I feel
Yeah,
fine. There's got no
AIDS.
symptoms of that. I think it was just like a 24-hour flu thing. But other than that, I'm feeling fine today. Ready to
That's what
start
we
the
like
thing.
to hear.
What about you? What about you?
Yeah, no, I'm solid. Yeah, no issues on my end. I finished university. Whoop whoop.
Hell yeah.
Um, Now I'm just kind of trying to focus on the podcast and stuff like that, so I don't go crazy. So if this is your first time hearing the podcast, welcome. Uh, but yeah, should we get into it? Should we explain what we're doing this
Yes.
week?
This week we are going sort of on track with what we usually do, whereas we randomize something. However, this week we're choosing a specific topic that we're randomizing. And if you haven't guessed from the intro, we are doing sports movies. Compiled a list of like there's like a shit ton of sports. All right, excuse my language. There's a lot of sports, and there's like we're just gonna randomize a sport. Whatever sport we get, we're gonna have to make a movie about it. And of course, we'll use the patented real randomizers.
Yeah, boy.
And yeah, so
Yeah.
as always, spin
Spin
that
that real.
real.
It didn't spin. Why is
Oh,
it not spinning?
no, that's
Oh,
awkward.
okay. Oh, there we go. Spinning. It's Right. So the sport in question we are doing today is snowboarding.
Oh yeah, how extreme. All right, cool.
Like, oh, do you remember how sick the SSX games were?
Yeah, I remember having the Sean White snowboarding game on my
Oh yeah,
DS. That was pretty cool.
that's hard.
Uh,
A
yeah, I've kind
random
of got
idea.
some ideas for it.
Yeah, we got it has to be a straight to DVD sequel.
Okay. Oh, that goes with my ideas anyway, to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Cool.
and director cameo.
Sweet.
That's
Oh, fuck it
that,
out.
that's easy enough.
Yep.
And it has to star Michael Cera.
All right.
I feel like
Sound.
he's steadily become like the new Steve Buscemi of the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, snowboarding,
Hmm.
straight to DVD, direct to
Hmm.
cameo, Michael Cera. Any
Yeah.
ideas for you off the bat?
Off the bat, I'm just thinking very basic, like guy down and out. Maybe he's like a snow shoveler or something like that, but he dreams of being a snowboarder like his dad, who is that or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Um, is it too early to make a sequel to Men in Black, but with snowboarding? um,
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
you ought to make it.
Men in Black on ice, except it's not on ice.
It's on snow. Oh my god. Um. Hmm. It's either that or my first idea was like I wanted to make a decom,
Yeah.
and it was like, yeah,
Have you seen the
awesome.
snowboarding decom?
I think I vaguely remember it. We could
Cloud
do a
9.
sequel to that.
Mm.
Cloud 9, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or we could do a sequel to Eddie the Eagle,
But it's a snowboarder,
but
Sean
it's
White.
snowboarding, and he's like let his dad down because his dad was like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna be a ski jumper."
Tell you what. Wait. Oh, so you saying like you want it to be like the son of Eddie the Eagle?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
and
fair
so
enough.
like Eddie the Eagle's son. No, Eddie the Eagle's always taking his son out like to the slopes from a young age to get him into like ski jumping, but he wants to be a snowboarder.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. Sorry.
Like
I,
Eddie
I,
the Eagle 2, Learn to Fly or something. I don't know.
okay, cool. We'll do that. Sounds good. Would you like to start us off then?
Okay. That's what it feels like, son. That silence, that wonderful feeling of nothingness. Where you're just like floating through the air. There's no one in front of you, no one behind you. It's just you in the air, and you're flying. That's when you feel it. The quiet. What? And like the sun's like on his PSP or something. Actually, it wouldn't be a PSP because it's not 2009. I don't know.
Game
Um,
Boy.
yeah. And he's like, "Oh, can you listen to me, please? What would we like him to be called?"
Uh, Eddie Junior or
Yeah.
Ed?
Who is he played by?
Wait, be by zero.
Yeah, yes. I think that
Yeah,
works quite well to me.
yeah.
Oh. Okay, I just had a really good idea for our thingamajigger for us for our cameo.
Okay, all right,
But that'll come into play later.
all right.
So it's he's like talking to his son. He's like, I want you to pay attention. you know, like so. And what we found out is since like the 1988 Winter Olympics or whenever it was, he's like Eddie has actually become like pretty decent at ski jumping now, and he's like the best in the world.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, it's a big responsibility you're gonna have to take up one day. You know, you're the son of the eagle. You know,
Yeah.
the falcon or something. Fucking it's something like that. You know, that's a big responsibility. He's like, yeah, whatever, Dad. He's like, I don't even really like ski jumping, and he's like, oh, this is blasphemy. Come on now, you'll be great at it. Blah 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 blah. And so then he's talking to his dad, and he's like, but like, how do I know if I like will really love it? And he's like, well, I guess you never really know. It's just that feeling like deep in your gut, you know.
Yeah.
And like he looks off screen, and he just sees a guy like in a half pipe like go flying up like through the sky, and he's like, yeah, I guess. And like there are like Marvel style like logos. It wouldn't be Marvel, but it's like Reinventing the Real presents.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. And it cuts to him, and it's his alarm clock going off. And you just hear his mum go, "Oh, Eddie!" No, Ed, because he's smaller. The EJ, we'll call him EJ. That's
All right. Yeah.
He's like, EJ, you don't want to be late for your first day of school, do you? And he's like, alright, let me. Oh, shit. And then like a song of some kind starts playing, like maybe like Blink 182 or something in that kind of vein, you know?
Wait, can we change school to like
Yeah?
some sort of camp?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know, it's like winter sport camp or whatever. Like maybe it's summer, and he's like, oh, this is gonna be the best summer ever. You know, like sun, heat, all that, and then he ends up going to like fucking
Yeah.
some snowy ass place.
To camp an ice away. I open up my skis. I couldn't think of one. Yeah. So it's him, and he's like sat in the back seat, and his dad's like, "Oh, come on, you'll love it. You're gonna be so great," and blah 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 blah. And he's got like maybe like a little sister who's like annoying. You know, like the classic like his little sister's a prick to him, but the parents only ever see her as like the good little sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, whatever. So he gets there to the camp, as it were, and his best friend is also there. So like maybe his best friend is like is someone who he's been skiing with since they were like kids or whatever.
Yeah.
And he like walks. I'm picturing like, you know, like Carl from like Jimmy Neutron. He's like that kind of, yeah. And I could see someone like that paired with Michael Cera. And he rocks up and he's like, oh, you know, how you doing, man? You ready? It's gonna be a great summer. And he's like, yeah, whatever, I guess. I don't really want to be here and blah 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 blah, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Mary Elizabeth Winstead comes snowboarding in, because I've got a crush on her. Also, that's a nice little reunion for the two of them since Scott Pilgrim. So like she comes snowboarding in. He's like, actually, it doesn't look like that bad of a camp, you know. And the audience is like, whoa. And like, so he's like, oh hey, let's just call him Carl. He's like, Carl, who's that? He's like, oh, that's the camp director's daughter.
Oh.
You know, this is eerily similar to A Week Away. That's, you know, that's the camp director's daughter. You know, stay away from her. And he's like, yeah, of course. I just want to go say just one thing to, and like he starts walking over to her, and he just decks it, yeah.
Oh.
And everyone turns around, They're like, hey, you know this is snow and not ice, so maybe try not slipping over. And he looks up and he's like, oh, it's them. And it's like the two of us, like on snowboards, and we come like,
God damn it.
like skating in. We're like the '80s villains.
Yeah.
So like one of us will say something and the other one goes, "Yeah." You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you a fan? Do you like
Yeah.
or?
I like that. Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe we're called like Hawk and
Chester and Chet.
yeah, Chester and Chet, yeah. But like throughout the film, our names just keep getting switched, so no one actually knows which one is which.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Which one are you again?" It's like, "Why does that matter?"
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So we're like his foils in this film, and then like we're like, "Oh," and everyone's like, "Ah." Like so, we skate off, and you just see like Mary Elizabeth Winstead out the corner of her eye looks over and goes, "Howdy there, camp counselor." Like, no, howdy there, campers. Who's ready for a great little extravaganza? Ha 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 ha. And the camp counselor is sorry. The camp counselor is played by the guy who plays Glenn from Superstore.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
What guy?
yeah. So he's just like, and would you like to take it from there?
Yeah. Oh, so you're all gonna tell me like what your favorite winter sport is, and we'll put you in to like. Actually, no. He goes. We're all gonna pick out like from a hat. You're gonna all choose like your winter sport that you'll be doing for the remainder of the course. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I hope I don't get bloody skiing. That's all I've done. Like, I want to try something new, or
Yep.
whatever. Or maybe you're just like, oh, I'll take whatever she gets or whatever. I want to be in the same group as her. And then like everybody's like picking out their own things. Like Carl gets like bobsledding or something. And he ends up like making friends with like them, and it's all like he gets his own like sick backstory.
Yeah.
And then
Um, um,
he
that's such a
gets
funny concept to me. I'm just
like
picturing like a Jamaican bobsled team and
yeah,
him in the
just
middle.
like a little chubby white back kid.
Yeah.
And then so he picks out like I don't know. It could be another like one that isn't skiing or
Um,
snowboarding or bobsledding.
curling.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I was
Yeah.
like, but yeah, we'll go with that. He gets like curling or something. He's like, for God's sake, like. But then he sees like his mentor, if you will, for the film, and he's like, "Oh, sorry guys, this is uh Richard. He's our new camp snowboarder. Since it's
Nice.
like snowboarding's gotten like quite big and quite sick with like the rise of skateboarding. Snow like they were like, well, we could do this too. We don't need wheels. We've got the snow to be our friction or whatever, hills, whatnot. And so like maybe he's like doing curling with all the other like curling kids or whatever. And then just out of the corner of his eye, he sees like Richard pulling off like a sick 360 back heel flip. He's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, that's amazing. It's like he runs over to him. He's like, I want to do this too. He's like, sorry kid, you've got like you've already been assigned your thing. He's like, I don't care. I'll do like extra time at the camp. I've snowboarded all the time. My dad's Eddie the Eagle. Eddie the
You're
Eagle?
Eddie the Eagle.
You're his son? No way.
Yeah.
What? He's like, yeah. Like I've been skiing all my life. Like I'm sure that I'll be able to get down snowboarding. He's like, oh, I don't know. It's like skiing. You're down on 2 feet. With this, you're just like you're
It's a different
basically on one
beast.
thing. Yeah. Yeah. You've got your ways to push you off. You've just got to like lean onto it and stuff. But well, I could do it. Trust me. As like, I don't know, kid. And if you've just known skiing all your life, snowboarding's going to be something quite difficult to pick up. And he's like, look, maybe like another time, but right now, maybe next year. He said, maybe next year. Come to Camp again, and we might things do different then.
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake! So then, like, day goes on. He's like, it's like nighttime or whatever, and he's just like, take a car with him. Just like, oh, where are we going, man? And he's like, oh, we're going to the top of like the hill. You know, it's like I want to try something. He's like, oh, you wanna try like working on your skiing again or whatever? Like we haven't done this in years. He's like, well, something like that. And he's like, he's brought the skis up with him, So he doesn't have a skateboard, snowboard. So put two skis, and he's like puts the one on, and he's like, oh, where's the other one? He's like, well, I'm not going to be needing that. And he puts his foot down on it, and goes like so far. He's like going down really fast, and he's like, oh my
Yeah.
god, but he's just on one leg basically,
Yeah.
and then like I don't know, he hits like a jump by accident.
Mm.
He's just flying through the air, and then like
And it goes in
Richard
slow
comes
motion.
out,
Yeah.
and just like he's doing a twirl flip in the air and just catches him, and then he's like just skids on. He's like, oh my god. And he's like, kids, look.
Do you know how dangerous that is?
Yeah.
You just did, yeah.
But however, it was pretty sick how you hit that jump.
Yeah, boy.
Like, oh, look, I'll trade you, but I'll teach you how to snowboard properly, just so you won't do this stupid again. Because I know I can tell you not to do it, but I can tell by that look in your eyes, because it's the exact same look that I had when I first discovered snowboarding. And I can tell you'll just keep doing it on the skis. Like, look, come to me like tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. It's like 5 a.m. What? Like, yeah, that's the only time we're gonna get to do it. Like, we got a lot of camp activities to get around to. So if you're really serious about snowboarding, you'll meet me there at 5 a.m. He's like, all right, fine, yeah, cool. Then next day rolls around, and it's like, and he's like waiting there outside, and it's like, it's actually 5:30, and then the guy rocks up, and he's like, where were you? He's like, oh, sorry, kid, I slept in. You know how it be out in camp, you get tired and stuff. He's like, well, I'm here. You can tell I'm ego. He's like, yeah, I can see that. All right. This morning we're just gonna focus on standing on the board. He's like, what? So we're not gonna go down hills already, Fid? He's like, no, you need to like get the footwork down first, and then we can start thinking about going down, even in a straight line. Oh, for God's sake, fine. That's all right then. So then there's like, I don't know, like a little montage of him going through it, like learning all the basics of the snowboarding and whatnot. And then but there's also, in like the first morning meeting, it's like, oh, kids, you need to like make sure that you show off, your sport, if you will. At the end of the week, we're all gonna like do a showcase of everybody what they do, and so like. Derek, obviously, they were going to be expecting him to do the curling, but then he goes and he does the snowboarding, which is kind of like, I'm thinking against us as well, because we got that, and that's how we keep coming in. We've rigged it or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we're like, the girls' brothers as well, and we just get we get the
stay away from us, sister.
Yeah, and we get like the special treatment to do whatever we want as well.
Yeah.
So, what else has happened? So, between that, like maybe the girl, what was her name? Did she have a name?
Rebecca or something?
Rebecca. Rebecca, she's like, watching, like him do all this snowboarding
like
and stuff.
Training.
Yeah. And then
she
she's
has
like,
to wake up early to like
help
do
out
something
in camp
really
and
mundane.
whatnot.
Yeah.
And then like one night she's like, hey, maybe this is like a few days in, and he still hasn't gone down the hill yet, and he's like, God damn, camp's gonna finish soon. Like, I need to get this here. I don't know when I'm gonna be like back. And she's like, hey, you wanna like go onto like a fast track? Come with me. And she takes him to like the big scary hill that everybody talks about, like Dyer Hill or like Break Leg Hill or some crap like that. Some overly dramatic name that isn't actually dramatic at all.
Yeah.
And
like
then
100 mega death. Canyon or...
You're just like, all right, calm it down. But yeah, they go there, and she's like, look, I think it'd be really cool if like we went down this, and he doesn't care. Typical trope is like, yeah, I'll do it. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe he's on security that night as well, and he's the Richard that is. It's like, God damn it, these stupid kids. Then they're going, and they're doing like pretty well. It's like bloody 8 cars when Lightning McQueen and Sally are going down like on that
Yeah,
drive
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
I don't. That popped into my head when you said, "Let's go through it." Me.
So they're going through all
And
that.
he's
It's
like
like,
staring at her ass at one point or something. No,
yeah,
when he's later in the race and he starts staring at Chick Hicks's bumper and sees Sally's ass.
but
Like,
yeah.
perv.
So they're going through it. It's going really well and stuff. And like, I don't know, maybe Richard's taking like the ski lift down. It's going sort of at the same pace. Probably they're probably a bit faster, and he's just watching everything in his like binoculars. He's got like whiskey in his hand to keep him warm or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like watching these kids. He's like, damn, he's actually doing pretty good for someone who hasn't snowboarded like properly. And then, like, what would be the big thing to happen on this? Be like
Maybe they like peel away ever so slightly. Or
Oh.
she's like, all right, like if you want to pick up she's like, all right, now if you want to slow down, it's like skiing. You've got to
yeah,
like, because in skiing you have to turn both of your feet inward.
yeah,
Whereas that wouldn't be so he goes to do that like instinctively, and he starts like tumbling down the hill,
Yeah.
and he's like, and she's like, oh Jesus Christ, EJ, and she just like, I look like
leans
I'm wearing
into
a
it.
Peaky Blinders hat, and he comes barreling down.
She tries to pick him up, but she can't quite get him.
Yeah.
And then like maybe she starts to lose balance, and then we come out of nowhere, just like little sister, no, just dive in, like grab her, leave him tumbling. Richard comes down and like he sweeps in, picks him up, like just grab. I don't know. He's got like crazy strength for some reason. He can pick him up just by his coat and just like, the hell are you doing, kid? Just like he's still snowboarding, just grabbing him. Like, what did I tell you about like? We were doing this my way if you wanted to learn properly. It's like, but I'm good at it. I could do it. It's like, no, what you did there was stupid. You know, you only did it to impress a girl. Is that why you're doing this? Do you not love the sport? He's like, I do. It's like, nah, you just want it to pick up chicks just because it looks cool with our flips and stuff.
You use a little whore.
Yeah, you know what, kid?
I'm
Don't
done.
come to training tomorrow.
Yeah.
But this is the only chance I'll get, and it's the only thing I enjoy at this stupid place. He's like, if it's the only thing you enjoy, then you don't deserve it, or whatever.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that kind of line.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Okay, classic.
yeah.
And
So
he
he's
just goes
sad.
like,
He doesn't know what to do. He goes back to his room. Like Carl's hanging out there with the Jamaican bobsled team or whatever in the room. It's like, oh hey man, we were just
Like,
getting into a game of cards.
just as he gets in, like his friends like go to leave or something, and he's like, yeah, it's probably time for bed, and then we're like, oh yeah, see you later, mate. Yeah, he's like, yeah, man, yeah. Everything's gonna be alright. Anyway,
Jay,
sorry,
what's
man. His voice just changes.
He's like, oh, I just want to be done with this camp now. That's it. Like, I want to go home. So,
Yeah.
but we still got like 3 days left or whatever. You don't want to show off your sick curling skills. Like, he's like, I haven't been doing curling. I don't care about curling. I don't even care about skiing. I finally found something that I enjoy that might be able to like with my father. And then, because I don't know, maybe they just don't have the best relationship with the skiing and whatnot. He never really wanted to do it, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's like, but now that I found something that I actually like want to do, it's been my only chance at like figuring it out is, you know, it's been stripped away because I made some stupid mistake. Like, oh well. It's like, don't give up, man. Look, I know it's kind of tough right now, and you might have been thrown down. But if I've learned anything this week, it's that every little thing is gonna be all right.
And he just looks at him and goes, "You're incredibly high right now, aren't you?" Yeah. Oh, so very high.
Yeah, man.
And then
So he's like,
yeah.
He's just like goes to sleep. And he's alright, fine, fair enough. And he wakes up at like 4 a.m. again, and like goes down. He goes down there. Richard like walking past at like 5:30 still, and he's like, "I thought I told you not to come, kid." He's like, "I don't need you. I don't need you to be here to teach me. Like, if you
Yeah.
want to teach me, I'd really appreciate it. But this is finally a snow sport that I enjoy, and I'm not gonna throw it away just
Exactly.
because somebody said that I can't do it right."
I like
And
that.
then he's just like, and drops all like the stuff that he's setting up for his the camp today. He's like, "All right, kid, let's
Let's
finally
do
hit a
this.
hill." And then like they go to like he's like, "Oh, sick. Are we gonna do like that massive hill again?" And he's like, "Not exactly. It's just like the tiniest little slope. It's like a little bank that he just goes
Yeah.
down." He's like, "Are you serious? I literally last night I was on crazy Death Mountain hill
Yeah.
fit." He's like,
Yeah.
"Well, you
He's like,
need
how
to
did
learn
that
how to
end be?
stop." Yeah. Like you're still gonna get a bit of speed on this hill, but what are you gonna do? Because you're not just gonna keep going forward until you hit a wall. You need to learn how to stop.
Yeah.
Right now, you're learning. You know how to stop on skis, but it's a completely different ballpark. And he teaches them. Would you like to take over now for the next part?
Yeah. He's like, see, snowboarding's a lot like life. You know, you have to go with the flow. You have to go where the snow takes you.
I heard
But
that, man.
you also need to know when to be able to stop. You know, everyone thinks it's about speed, but no, it's about control. He's like, "You ready?" And he's like, "All right," and you just hear like it's like a real like early 2000s punk rock like kind of
And
training
if I wanna
montage.
be you, you wanna be just like you.
Oh, I love that song. I love that song so much. So it's just that, and it will like cut to like him, and he's like he's sat eating lunch or whatever with Carl and like the Jamaican bobsled team, and very like jerk chicken and shit like that
Yeah.
they made in their cabin or something, maybe. And he's just sat there like studying film of like Shaun White and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and he's like, and he's like reading a book about snowboarding in the other hand.
Mm.
Yeah, just stuff like that. And then he's like going for a run through the snow with Carl on his back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like right near the end of a montage, you see him like finally do like a grab in the air
Oh.
or something like a proper
And
one.
it's like a freeze frame, you know, like if because it's a straight to DVD, it would like
Yeah,
dip to black as if it was going to add or something, and then it would
yeah.
like fade back in.
like the early like Disney Channel films.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm trying to think here. I think it would be quite funny if, because it's like a straight to DVD film, you're
Mhm.
expecting there to be more.
Yeah, but then it's just like, all right, guys, who's ready
Yeah,
for
here's the end.
the
Yeah. And
who's
you're like,
ready
wait,
for
what?
the showcase? And like, oh my god, okay. And then like, it's still you. Sorry,
Yeah.
go take it away.
That's fine. It's fine if you.
I was just gonna say like, Richard maybe pulls him aside and is like, I know you weren't gonna do curling for this anyway,
Yeah.
but I'll fully support you if you're gonna do your snowboarding now." He's like, "But the only thing about that is it's all of the kids showcasing at the same time, which means us two would be there as well, and
Yeah.
like some other background characters who probably don't make it to the end or whatever."
Chester and Cheetah, or whatever we were called.
Chester and Chet, yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
So like, yeah. So he's like, "Look, you'll be up against the other kids, and I know like Chester and Chet, they ain't on the greatest terms with you or whatever, but it's fine, because I know, I feel it in my heart. But you'll get through this, and you'll make me proud." So thanks, Dad. Thanks, Richard. Oh,
Nice.
bloody Eddie the Eagle's pissed off because his son is like more
Yeah.
likes this guy more than his own dad. Ugh. Maybe like the parents actually do come to like the last bit to see them. Like
Yeah.
nobody gets told about this because like they get told to come if they want to, so it makes travel back easier or whatever.
Or like maybe it's just his dad was invited because he's like a
Yeah,
Olympic gold medalist or whatever.
yeah, he's gonna give a
So
talk or
speech.
what or something like that. Yeah,
and like while he's giving his speech, he's like throwing shade at his son
Oh,
or something like that. And then halfway through, he sees what it means to him, and his wife just puts his hand
yeah,
on his shoulder, and he's like,
yeah,
"But you know, that's what I need." Like he turns the speech around, and then he ends it with like, you know, fly.
yeah.
Um, and then his son's like, "Yeah, I've got this." So he like steps up to the starting line, and like right next to him, we come like boarding up on either side. We're like, "Oh, are you ready?" I don't know. I went to do a Nazi voice then. Are you not picturing like Nazi? Not like a Nazi, but like, are you not picturing like Germanic?
Um, not fully.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, me neither. Anyway, so we snowboard like up to either side, and we're like, oh, so are you ready to you ready to lose? And I'm like, okay, guys, whatever, have fun. What? Have fun? What the hell? Have fun? Yeah, we'll have fun beating you. Nice one, yeah. Like high
Yeah.
five behind him, and like the gun shoots, and they're off. I don't really know how to describe this. I'm just
Yeah,
kind
they're
of
zooming all downhill.
yeah,
Yeah, so they're all bobbing and weaving down the side. One kid's like fell off, like rolling down, and then
yeah,
Elizabeth's at the side on like a snowplow, just like, oh yeah, there's one fell over here, and then she sees like EJ down there, and she's like, I believe in you, EJ, and gets like a fat boner from that, and then
nice.
we're just like pissed off because our little sister's not like cheering
Yeah,
us on, so then we try to like uh sabotage him, and
yeah.
we like lean
We
down
pull
to
out
the
the nine.
side.
Yeah,
We lean down to the side, like grab some snow, make a snowball, and start chucking it at him. He get
nice.
one hits him in the back. He's like, "Oh God!" Now he's got to like dodge out the way of all these snowballs and stuff. And then
Yeah,
like there's a jump that comes up, and then we
yeah,
both grab it some like in both hands, both of us, and just like chuck it as he's going over the jump. It's like all in slow
nice.
motion. He does like a twirl in the air
Yeah.
and grabs the tail.
This is where his
Sees
dad
like
looks up and he's
yeah,
like,
sees his dad like, oh God. Sees Richard like
yeah.
that. I
Like
taught him that.
the speech that his dad did at the beginning about like flying or whatever. This
Yeah,
is where he like rehears it in his head and he's like,
yeah. Boom, hits the
yeah,
snow again. We're like, we've seen this and saw that. And we're just like in awe of this fucking spin, and then we just end up like crashing down or whatever.
yeah.
We're like, God damn it, no! Oh, yeah.
We just explode unexplained.
Yeah.
Blow up.
And then like he's like going down really well, and then he's like, this is like, it's a really like small ending, and he's like
Mm,
maybe stopping was his hardest part, let's say, in the whole film. And
yeah,
then Rich is like, this is it, kid, don't mess it up, like you've got this. Goes down, snow just comes up, and it like
yeah,
goes over the camera,
yeah,
and it is like 1 year later or whatever, and like Glenn's back there like, oh hey kids, welcome back to camp.
yeah,
And like they both go there, and he's like, oh, Jimmy and Carl, sorry,
yeah.
and EJ are there like, you ready for another awesome year at camp? And Carl's like in like loads of Rasta clothes now and stuff. He's like, hell yeah, man.
He's got like dreadlocks and shit.
Yeah. And they're like, oh look, there's EJ, he's back. Oh, he killed it this time last year as a, so are you coming back to do snowboarding again? He's like, of course, man, I've been working at it now. They say I could be going into
Oh
Olympic
shit.
snowboarding. What? That would never happen.
Yeah.
And then he's like, huh, well, and he looks at the camera.
Oh, I'm hopeful. Yes, I am. Hopeful.
And yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's kind of a nice place to stop it.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Good Shiga.
Good for him though. He got like, because that's very quite a DVD straight to
Yeah.
DVD ending. You know, it's just like very abrupt. is like they do something cool. That's where all the budget's gone to in that last scene, and then oh, all right, how are we gonna end this now? And they
Oh,
could have been like,
yeah.
yeah, he got a gold medal or whatever. But yeah, he goes back to camp. Like, let's do this another year. Rich is there teaching because they're leaving it open for like another straight to
Another
DVD
straight to DVD
sequel.
sequel
Yeah,
with a
which is
different
like
actor in the
exactly,
main
yeah.
role.
Oh
I
yeah,
enjoyed that.
yeah, that's pretty cool. I'd watch that.
Yeah. To be
To
fair,
be,
but yeah.
if you like attached Taron Egerton onto it, like as Eddie the Eagle again playing his dad,
Yeah.
it's like people be like, oh yeah, this sounds pretty good,
And then
and
they
then
watch this and
yeah,
they're like, what?
Jesus.
Yeah. You know what? That's another real react. No. No. No.
We've just reinvented the reel.
Thank you, Cameron. I'd be nothing without you. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you.
Wanna have nothing if I didn't have.
Do you know that song by Randy Newman?
He probably wrote it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It makes sense. I just never thought of it.
Yeah.
Really.
Wow,
Yeah.
rich man. We have a million or two. I live in a penthouse with a room better view. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Tune in next week when we'll be doing
Ooh.
something else.
We will be doing something else. Yeah. Come back and listen to another episode of Put That Thing Back Where It Came From, or So Help Me.
Oh,
So help me, and cut.
you leave it like that.
I don't know. I'll see you
Yeah.
next week, man.
See you next week, man.